Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone video. And on this video I'm revisiting the Sawmill Horde once again, with something a little bit different. Now, I have shown how to do a frog jump in a previous video, albeit very small frog jumps. On this video I'm going to show two much longer jumps in order to get a couple of very unusual locations indeed. The first target is going to be getting onto one of these two towers, and I don't mind which. That is the easier of the two frog jumps that I'm going to be attempting, because the other one is that large water tower there, and that one is problematic as hell. Now once I get onto both of these, some fun is going to be had, so let's get to it. Right then folks, both of these long frog jumps are going to take place from the Nero site that is at the back of the sawmill. Now, the method is exactly the same every time, but with a long frog jump, there is one extra step. Make sure that Deacon is crouched, armed with a weapon. Get the left arm into the position like that. From there, a quick tap of the L3, very quickly followed by holding L2 and L1 together. As soon as Deek starts climbing, let go of L1 briefly to get extra speed, then get your hand back on the L1, as well as holding L2. After this, you're at the mercy of the minimap. Once you're over the intended target, let go of the L2 button. If you do this, and I've just demonstrated it perfectly, you're all good. You're on top of this tower here, and from here, it's just a whole lot of fun, because, truth be told, the larger water tower that I'm going to take on next not only is a much more difficult jump, but taking out the horde is a damn sight more difficult as well, given where you are. But from here you have such a good vantage point that this is not going to take that long at all. Obviously I have an awful lot of weapons at my disposal here, napalm molotovs especially, and I'm a little bit closer to the action than what I will be for the second location, albeit the second location I want to show because it is so much higher, and it's just quite surreal when you're actually up there. But right now I'm just going to show how to take out the Sawmill Horde from here. Now, although this particular location is not quite as high as the large water tower, this one is still quite surreal when you're taking them out from here. But this is by far the better of the two locations, because your line of sight in terms of hitting the horde with not only throwables but more importantly with gunplay is so much easier. They congregate a lot better here, and you don't need anywhere near as many attractors as what you do when you take them out from the large water tower. So it's so far, yep, it's going quite well here. I've got half the numbers taken out, but I am going to start to use some attractors now just to get them a little bit more interested here. It's worth knowing that both of these locations, when you're at them, the horde doesn't know where you are. So, hence why you do require quite a number of attractors. This particular method isn't quite so bad because you do have a much better line of sight, as I keep on saying. Just wait till you see how it plays out for the next location. It really is it takes an awful lot longer, that's for sure. Now, there is still quite a few minutes to go in order to take out this horde in its entirety, because it simply is not a quick method. So I'm just going to let the action play out, and I will rejoin it at the very end when I've taken out the entire horde, because there's something else that does have to be explained, and it's basically getting down safely from this particular location, because you simply can't jump over the barrier that surrounds this entire top section, and the slight gap that you see in the barrier you cannot use. But fear not, there is an easy way to get down, but it does have to be shown. So I will show at the end of this run, folks. Okay, now that the Sawmill Horde is taken care of, I just need to get down off this sodden area. And this is how you do it. It's all to do with that pipe section there. And I've just shown, albeit very quickly there, how to do it. You actually need to get onto the centre part there, and it just allows you to get that extra height in order to get onto that metal pipe section. And from there, just do a dive roll off, and you will get off safely. So, on to the next one. Right then, for the large water tower, very unusually, I'm actually bringing the bike over to beside where I'm looking to land on, because the biggest problem you have with this particular location is getting down from it. Now, there is a way to do it, but it is extremely freaking annoying and difficult to do. The way that I'm going to show is the easier way. If you have the bike underneath the water tower there, as soon as you've finished taking out the entire horde, just access the map and then do a fast travel over to Lost Lake. And then you can simply come back in the space of 1 minute and complete the mission. Right then, before I go any further, I feel a tutorial is warranted for the long frog jump. You first of all need to start with selecting a weapon, and it doesn't matter which. I'm going to go with the Chicago Chopper. Next step is to make sure that Deke is crouched with this weapon armed. Now, the next part is going into this corner here, and you want to get Deke into this particular position with his hand. It really requires you to get pretty close to the edge of those boxes there that Deke is on. Once you get Deke in that particular position, then you are good to go. Now you need to adjust the camera angle just to make sure that Deke is flying the way you want him to go. Then this goes quickly. Quick press of the left joystick, followed by L1 and L2 held together. Then let go of L1 very briefly before putting your finger back on the L1 while keeping L2 held all throughout this time. Then you're at the mercy of the minimap. You are looking for the intended target. And once you roughly get over it, let go of the L2 button. And that is it. Deke will land safely, and the job is a good one. Okay, now for the actual jump in order to get to the large water tower. And this is a tricky one. It's all about getting your camera angle right at the very start in order to get this jump successful. I'd love to say that I got this right the first time, but I most certainly did not. Now, your next problem comes when you actually land on this thing, because at first you can barely see Deke. You've got to move to the outer edge and very slowly while kept crouched before moving Deke into an upright position. Do remember that, or you will actually end up falling through this thing and dying. So, from here, the Horde is now at your mercy, but do remember this: if you're going to take on the Horde from here, make sure that you have a ridiculous amount of throwables, because if you don't, it's going to be a long time that you're going to be up here for. Truth be told, I don't think there's going to be too many people that are going to use this as a legitimate method for taking out the Sawmill Horde, because there is just so many problems with it. I recommend to anyone, if you're actually going to use one of these methods, use the first one that I show, because it is a much better kill location in terms of your line of sight. You're a little bit closer to the action. It's a little bit easier to judge your throwables as well, because from this height, although it's an absolutely crazy, surreal location, and the views are absolutely stunning up here, it's not very helpful for taking out this Horde effectively. But I am going to show that it can be done. So, given that this takes quite some time in order to take out this Horde from here, I'm just going to let the action unfold as I did before, and I'm going to rejoin the action at the very end.
this. What in hell? Shit, more of them. Come on, is that all you got? Ahead of me now.
Okay, at this point folks, I've just about got them all. And there we go, just as I've said that, yep, I get the confirmation on screen because I am actually playing the mission full truck with creosote. So, from here, there's going to be no hassles and no dramas because I placed the bike below this water tower. So, bringing up the minimap and then just looking to head over to Lost Lake. And there we go, that is the safe way in order to get that done. Because I assure you, if you're looking to get down from that water tower in any other way, shape or form, you're going to have problems. It can be done, but it is exceptionally difficult to do. I died so many times, it was beyond belief. And truth be told, if you're playing this game on Survivor 2 difficulty, there's probably a great other number of ways that you're going to choose to go about taking out this horde. There is a fantastic amount of easy kill locations for the Sawmill Horde that do not require the use of a frog jump. But I did want to show this one because it is a very surreal experience indeed. Okay, so I'm actually going to show, just as a bonus, another very nice easy kill location that is a lot easier to get to because it is a much smaller frog jump and it's a damn sight quicker to take out the horde. So this is how this one's going to play out. I'm just looking to get that sort of a direction there. Then start the frog jump in the usual manner, but this is a short frog jump, so it's just L1 and L2 held all the way until I get to the intended target, which is the train here. I do come across an invisible barrier, so I have to walk a little bit further before I get to this section. Now, I am going to start by getting their attention with a flashbang, a little bit of gunfire, but worth noting, if you're going to try and take out the Horde from this position here, it will take a lot longer because the Horde are not fully aware of your position. In order to make the job a damn sight easier, you need to be down onto the next level, which I will show in just 1 second. Because as you can see from this position, they're not really that interested. In order to get their full attention, yeah, very slowly, just walk until you fall down onto this level right here. Now just take a look at them. Now they're coming. They know exactly where I am, and they're going to congregate so nicely below my position. And from here I can take them out in any way I choose. So they're going to be getting hit hard with napalm molotovs, obviously. When they're below you like this, it's the weapon of choice really. I also have the luxury of some fast firing weapons, which I will go to town on them with as well. But these bad boys will get them understand pretty damn quickly. So, while all the action is playing out here, I just want to take the time to thank a couple of YouTube gamers for the inspiration behind this video. The first is King Gumby 1, because he was the first gent that I ever seen using the towers in order to take out the Horde. And also Grey Ghost Gamers, because he was the first gent that I seen that used this particular location. So, to the pair of these gents, thank you very much. Anyways, back to the matter at hand here, and I can see that I've taken out roughly half of the numbers for the Sawmill Horde. And the usual sort of MO here, because I'm taking them out at a location that is some sort of distance away from the main sawmill building, they come at you in 2 waves. And the second wave now is heading over here, so this shouldn't take too much longer. Got a Chicago chopper here. I've also got an RPG that can do a good job as well. But yeah, napalm molotovs are definitely the way to go when they're below you like this, especially as once the bodies start to pile up like this, gunfire becomes a little bit more problematic. Eventually you get that many bodies that it starts to take quite a number of shots for taking out any of the freakers. And this will become quite clear near the end of the run, because once I get down to lower numbers, I will just take them out with gunplay. But right now, unfortunately, it's taking a little bit more damage here, but never mind, it's all good. That should be most of them now taken care of. What have I got left? Yeah, I do have the luxury of survival vision because I'm not playing on survival 2. This is quite literally normal difficulty mode. And you can see here, it's still a bloody problem taking them out. It's a number of shots every time. But there we go. That is the job done. And somebody else decided to join the party, and oh my god, there's a few runners all of a sudden that have appeared. There's at least 3 of them. Rather bizarre. Very rarely you see runners when take... Holy shit, what the fuck was that? Yeah, that runner did something rather unusual, but never mind. I'm glad I got that on a video recording. But there we go. If they do happen to come back over here, I'll be ready for them. But I think they're going. And that's it, folks. That brings me very nicely to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.